of 4 years. In 1998, the government also tried to strip origin domestic workers of their maternity protection.
Apa yang diinginkan mereka?
Seperti keputusan bersama, semua orang ingin melihat wajah officer konsulat. Terus ya kami tetap nggak mau masuk ke konsulat. Terus ya kita tetap para petugas negosiasi lagi dan akhirnya mereka keluar, dan itu saat itu pikir kita termasuk senang.
And also, even the Hong Kong government complained to us that the Indonesian consulate are not supportive. And sometimes, as I've said, they try to arrange the witness to go back to Indonesia. So there must be something wrong. But we do not have any evidence. So we don't know exactly what is happening inside. But imagine the money that are involved in Indonesia, 21,000 Hong Kong dollar for one domestic helper. And there are 70,000 in Hong Kong. Imagine the money that were there back in Indonesia in the employment agency. I don't know how they split with the Hong Kong employment agency. But imagine the money that they can use to do whatever they want.
Aduh kanca, aku jadi pembantu haji sia-sia.
Air matanya
Iya, kamu dari mana aja bang? Aku habis kelana.
I felt that the Indonesian consulate does not support their citizens in Hong Kong when they have a problem. So when they have a problem, as I've explained, they have half a year out of job, nowhere to stay. There's no support from the Indonesian consulate on that period. And further, I think we are worried that when they try to come out as witness against some employment agency or some employer, because very often their passports are being withheld by the employment agency. So they try to come out as a witness. But what we heard, of course we have no proof, but what we heard is the Indonesian consulate arranged those witnesses to go back home immediately.
Kita kalau ngadu ke konsulat ya, apa ke imigrasi ya, itu kita kalau ngomong masalah enderpayment, kita langsung pulangin ke Indonesia. Tapi kalau lewat sini kan enggak dia.
Saya memiliki pengalaman mengantarkan anak saya namanya Ibu Ponira, yakni salah satu Indonesian migran yang diterminate oleh majikannya. Waktu itu dia sangat ketakutan sekali. Sejauh yang dia ketahui, waktu dia diterminate dari majikannya, dia tuh harus pulang ke Indonesia, harus. Dan akhirnya sudah memutuskan bahwa dia harus pulang besoknya. Sehari setelah itu, Ibu Ponira ke domestic helper ya, saya juga ikut mengantar. Di sana memang sekarang harus antri, tapi setelah itu dia mendapatkan surat pengantar untuk mengambil paspor kontrak kerja kembali yang ada di agen. Ibu Pendera pun sedang menunggu di shelter, dia tinggal di shelter dan memproses kasusnya karena Ibu Pendera itu termasuk salah satu korban underpayment.
Saya seperti sebuah tempat dan dihuni oleh anak-anak Indonesia yang sedang dalam proses penyelesaian kasus mereka. Majikan ataupun kita akan mengakhiri kontrak, kita harus bayar 1 bulan gaji. Dan biasanya anak-anak teman-teman kita yang tinggal di shelter, mereka tuh nggak dikasih notis sama 1 bulan gaji. Jadi mereka sebelum mereka harus mungkin meninggalkan Hongkong ataupun mencari majikan lain, mereka harus menyelesaikan kasus mereka dengan majikan, yaitu mereka terus kemudian menuntut ke pengadilan.
I think one of the aspect we have to look at the migrants is, I think more than 95 or 99% of the migrants are women, and this is related closely to the gender equity and gender issues, and they suffer a lot. And many migrants women are suffering from the physical and sexual abuse.
Saya mau noleh, saya nggak bisa. Dia dekap saya dari belakang, terus dia megang tangan saya. Tangan saya pertama tangan saya pertama dia taruh di belakang. Badan saya diginikan. Terus saya takut. Langsung aja dia nampar muka saya gini. Saya bilang, kenapa kamu? Dia nampar muka saya 2 kali. Udah, saya nangis, cuma nangis.